Hey, welcome to the ViZDoom series. So up till now, we've taken the simplest possible scenario and we've got the computer to learn to play in that scenario. So what I would like to do now is to take a slightly harder scenario. So let's look for a slightly harder scenario. As far as changing the scenario, let's look for some documentation for that. So documentation. Um, all right, so it's in the GitHub repository. I'm not sure. Is this what we want? So what I want is ways of changing. Oh, look, we've got scenario and map. So what's this? So it doesn't tell us what's available. There's actually, I thought there was, I've seen some documentation somewhere. Let's go to the README at the start of this Doom repository. Yeah, Doom game types. So I guess Doom game is where we just were, right? Yeah, that's the same file. Let's look at this config. It also says configuration files and maybe FAQ. All right, so we've got this thing called Doom scenario path and Doom map. Let's look at the FAQ. How to create modify scenarios, but we want an existing scenario ideally. So there's a way of generating like mazes. I seem to remember seeing that there are several scenarios, but where did it say it? Was it in this first page? What do we have in examples? Oh, I see. Examples Python scenarios.py present different scenarios that come with ViZDoom environment. So let's have a look at that. All right, so there's a folder scenarios. So let's have a look at that folder. Scenarios. All right, and then there's a README. Aha, we found it. All right, so scenarios folder. So there's two types of scenarios. There's WAD and CFG and iWAD. Is iWAD the same as WAD? I don't know. Okay, iWAD files do not support action constraints, death penalty, and living rewards. There would have to be a config section somewhere if you're using an iWAD. Oh, I see. And then this config section doesn't allow the setting of some of the rewards. Those have to be set in WAD files. A map is a rectangle with grey walls, ceiling, and floor. Player is spawned along the longer wall in the center. Right, so there's constraint on how this scenario looks. It looks like it's always a rectangle. Player always spawns along the longer wall in the center. Oh, this is the basic scenario. All right, this is what we were doing. All right, deadly corridor. So I was reading these before. This you have to run down a whole bunch of past a bunch of aliens. This sounds challenging. I think we'll do that later. We've got this take with this reward shaping reward. I'm not a fan of reward shaping rewards because they're artificial, right? Basically, the closer the agent gets to the destination, the more points the agent gets. And I feel that's an artificial reward, and I accept that that's the only way to train an agent in many scenarios. Because if you just gave a reward for the end, it would never get there. I mean, not with policy gradients. I mean, it would get there eventually, but it would take a really, 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 really long time because it would have to randomly, by chance, by just doing random stuff without knowing anything, it would have to sometimes get to the end of the scenario, which is highly unlikely if you read through this. There's six monsters, and if you don't shoot those monsters, you won't get to the end. So therefore, they've got this reward shaping where they give you points when you go nearer to the vest. So that encourages the AI to get nearer to the vest, and the AI can learn without even getting to the goal. But I don't like reward shaping. It's not natural. It doesn't satisfy my, oh, that's cool and clever feeling that I get when there's no reward shaping. Like if the agent learns to play a game just by the rewards that you would naturally get if you were a human, like okay, you get 100 points when you kill the monster at the end, or you get 1,000 points if you get to the door. I find that much more satisfying. Now I will do reward shaping if I have to, but I would like to try to avoid that. All right, defend the center is interesting. Map is a large circle. Player is spawned in the exact center. Monsters along the wall. And so you're basically turning and looking and like killing the monsters around you. So that was interesting. Basically, you get a reward of +1 each time you kill a monster. So it's a fairly simple, standard, intuitive reward, and you're just going to keep going killing the monsters. So that sounds totally doable. Defend the line is so map is a rectangle. Player is spawned along the longer wall in the center. Three melee monsters, so I guess they have to touch you. And three shooting monsters, they shoot you, are spawned along the opposite wall. Monsters are killed after a single shot at first. After dying, each monster is respawned after some time and can endure more damage. Episodes ends when the player dies. So this sounds pretty interesting. But this sounds harder than this one. So I think this one might be fun to do next. So let's try this one. So basically, the agent spawns in the center. Each time they kill a monster, they get +1. And if they die, they lose 1. And they're going to die eventually. So basically, they're always going to get the death penalty because they always die. And basically, the more monsters they kill, the more points they get and the more reward. Let's see how it looks. We're going to copy our current script to a new number, and then we're just going to change to this scenario somehow. How do we change to this scenario? I guess. So this one's called Defend the Center. And so defend the center dot what? So I'm guessing somewhere we're going to have to put defend the center instead of basic. So we've got basic.cfg, basic.wad, defend the center.cfg, defend the center.wad. So we're just going to replace basic with defend the center in our script, I guess. Right, so let's go here. So we're going to copy. So what was the last ViZDoom? It was ViZDoom 10, right? So this is going to become ViZDoom 11. Let's call it 0, underscore 0, 11. There we go. Yeah, so we've got space for 999. All right, okay, let's change this Python environment. ViZDoom, that gets rid of all the ugly squiggles. All right, and then ViZDoom, oh yeah, that's where we're saving it. I kind of want to change that sometime. Wait, oh no, we don't want this one. This is a really old one. Let's go from configurable LR. We're going to copy and paste from configurable LR into ViZDoom 011. All right, so then we've got the argparse, we've got the configurable LR. Let's set this to 4 because we found that works quite well. By default, it's accumulating gradients over 16 episodes. Learning rate is 4. This is where it's saving things, right? But where is the scenario? Set to map 01. Oh, here we go, basic.wad. So let's change this to defend the center. And then, is it just map 01? I don't know. Let's run it and see what happens. Do I need to, oh yeah, I probably need to activate this. Activate this. All right, and then Python ViZDoom 11. I think we just run it. Right, yeah, Python path. Sooner or later, I should fix that, but later. So this hasn't learned anything yet, right? It's just gonna hopefully appear and just do random stuff. I assume it's just being slow, but it seems to be being, oh, okay. Oh, I turned off visualization. Let's turn on visualization. We want to be able to see what's happening for now. Like we don't want it to learn. I mean, it can learn. We're not going to stop it learning. That's not our goal. Our goal is to see what's happening. Set window visible. So let's set that to true. Run it again. All right, we can actually expand this. All right, so we're taking damage. Okay, we've got a monster here, tiny little monster. We're kind of moving around. I don't feel like we're moving. I thought we would rotate. Oh, wow, we're being attacked from. So this doesn't show our health, which surprises me, but I guess, is our health available through something? I mean, I guess we're just. Yeah, I would like to know our health actually. I wonder if we can get hold of the health. So the health would be in the, I don't know whether, but I guess in the ViZDoom game object. All right, so let's go back up to the ViZDoom root. Right, Doom game, I think that's where we will get, and let's just search for health. Add available game variable. Oh, game state returned by get state. Available game variables. Oh, we have ammo. We have these buttons and these game variables. So it looks like we don't have health. Yeah, so get game variable, you could pass in health, but our game doesn't support health, it just supports ammo. We could print how much ammo we have, but I don't know if I care really. Like, it's not going to help the agent to know how much ammo it has left. Like, if it's got less, is it going to do anything different than if it's got more? I don't think so. I think it still has to just shoot the monsters, right? All right, so I think that is running. And the next thing to do is for me to start an instance and start this training on an instance and just leave it and see if it learns. Wait, there's only left and right, but I don't feel that we're spinning. Move left, move right, attack. Let's check the doc for this scenario a sec. Defend the center, 3 available buttons, turn left, turn right, shoot, attack. So it's turn left and turn right. This says move left. This says turn left. Kind of want to try playing it myself. I mean, we could do that. We could modify it so we play it ourselves. Perhaps we should do that. Perhaps we should modify it so we can play it ourselves. It's kind of hard to get input from Python. Yeah, so our actions is just like this one hot list. So basically this just maps to this list of 3, and we have a list of 3. Wait, available buttons, where does that come from? Oh, we are defining the available. Oh, we are setting these. We need to modify these. This should be turn left, turn right. And here, instead of getting the ammo, let's get the health. And we'll give the health as an input to the agent somehow, maybe. All right, so we define the available buttons and the available game state. All right, so now we're turning, which makes a lot more sense. Like that's what the scenario is about, right? We can turn, yeah, that makes much more sense. And let's get the health. Can we print our health? I guess something like get game state, game dot get game state ammo, like health, I guess. Oh, this thing. Let's have a look at the doc. So search for get game variable. So we'll do this every step for now. We're just going to do like health equal. All right, let's try game dot get. Oh, we've got vars. Why don't we print vars? All right, let's just try that. All right, so I assume that 100 is our health, and when we get a shot, their health goes down. We must have died and respawned. So let's just print when the health changes. Let's get hold of the health. So how do we do that? State, maybe state dot. Well, we can just do, I bet it's just, what is this type of vars? It's just a list, right? NumPy array. All right, so we'll just stupidly do health equal vars 0 dot item print health type health. And then what I want to do is only print when it changes. Yeah, all right. So we've got our health, and then we'll do, so last health. So it starts off with 100. And then, well, you know what? Last health equal none. Health equal this. If health not equal last health, then we're going to print our health. And we're going to set last health to health. So now we'll just see when it changes, which I think is more interesting. Oh, we don't. Oh, there we go. 60. Yeah, there we go. So we must be spawning. We must be dying and respawning here. It'd be nice to know when we respawn, actually. So let's just new episode. Oh, we never die. We just run out of ammunition. Oh no, we do die. Yeah, we do die. Definitely die. Cool. All right. So I think we've got our scenario. All right. So that's the end for this video. In the next video, we're going to try running training and see what happens. So I hope to see you there. If you've got any questions or comments or concerns about this video, please put them in the comments. If there's things that you liked or didn't like or would like to see done differently, please put that in the comments. If you like the video, please press like, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.